Well, hey, how y'all doing out there today? Listen, I'm sorry I took a break from helping some folks out here over here a little bit, and because I've been paying attention to everybody's comments and all the things in the news feed about the social media shutdowns yesterday, and I see a tie-in with the Venezuelan blackouts because yesterday I was doing a video on what I thought was going on with using EMPs and using the new technology they have and the cyber war is really just an online war. It's more or less taking people out of the picture so they can continue their dumbing down of people or whatever disinformation. But I want to tie this together for y'all just so I can say it. And my computer did shut down weird. Just went off like the power went out, but I had 22% battery when I cut it back on, and I was right in the middle of a live feed, and I was talking seriously about war, EMPs, and what's going on in Venezuela with the blackout, thinking that they do this, and then this thing on social media happens, and they said it was regional. Yet, like most everybody else out there, I got two accounts, so I went to my other account, and it was just fine. I posted on it during the time frame a couple of times just to make sure it wasn't a glitch in that part of the matrix. So no, it tends to be a lot of targeted people out there were shut down for mine. Was a little over 12 hours. So whatever. It started way before and it went way after what happened online. I thought I was on another 30-day restriction, but it wasn't giving me the notice, So anyway, well that's how they can make surgical strikes, so to speak, because warfare nowadays, even conventional warfare, they got it down to where they just want to hit the target and they don't want all the collateral damage. They don't want to ruin the infrastructure. So what I was trying to point out about Venezuela and them using the EMPs, because y'all, they got them. The Russians did a flyby, I think it was over the USS Cook not long ago, and shut everybody down, made all the sailors sick, and then did several flybys after that just to rub it in their face. They've been using these off and on. They don't want to let the cat out of the bag, or they don't, like Nikola Tesla, who invented the death ray, invented this direct energy weapon, these EMPs. He meant it for world peace, because if everybody had one, then there's your ultimate solution. Nobody could control the other. It's basically the infrastructure is set in Venezuela for oil already. There's billions and billions of dollars, if not trillions, that Citgo has already gone down there and laid the infrastructure, the oil rigs, the pipelines, the shipping in and out. The whole infrastructure for selling oil is already in Venezuela. So taking it by conventional warfare with bombs and all would just be crazy. Going in with military force and getting hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people to riot would be insane, and the world would see it for the lie that it is. So they're playing this game with select footage, and they're making a surgical strike in your brain, the war for the mind, and they're getting you to think that they're doing the right thing, or not even to bother with the conspiracy theorists, because it's just not your business. Just another civil war, two countries fighting over somebody else's oil. But they took it out with an EMP because they don't want to. They need that infrastructure. They don't want to have to rebuild it after our wait down there in Kuwait and Iraq and the Kuwait wars, or what we was told was a war. That's what Saddam did to get back at big oil. He went out there and he blew all the wells. He lit them on fire. He tore down the pipelines. The Kurds still, when they fight back, they tear down the pipelines. You go after their infrastructure. So with Venezuela, yes, the blackout and what you're seeing in the aftermath of it is to quell more violence, is to get public opinion to sway one way, but it was caused by an EMP, and there's no joke about it. This thing with Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all that shut down, it's almost the same thing. There are people missing, and if any of y'all out there even speak out, or even maybe just have a lot of political bannering or rhetoric, or speaking your mind, but especially if you put up things about chemtrails, or the truth behind the wars, or the truth with our brotherhood, or the truth about things in America with racism and the class war and the war for the mind and the war on drugs and the police. When you talk about these things openly, we do get marked. We do get measured. We are on little lists, so to speak. Big deal. We knew it coming in. It says it in the rules. I mean, come on. We know what it's all about. And we watch this as well to see when we hit on, if you hit on some kind of truth. A lot of times you do get knocked out of here. A lot of people got knocked out that I know of on strange accounts and different accounts, and that's not the point. The point is, their work led into other areas, like into YouTube or into radio or into some other form of media where they were getting close to real deep truths. Um, they may have a little bit of something out there about the flat earth, or they may have something out there about this or that. It don't matter. They actually hit on some truths about what's going on, and most of it's big oil. You got to watch what you say about big oil out here. They're going to shut you down. Um, I don't so much try to watch what I say. I try to make my point, and if it's too much for somebody and you need to turn me in, or if Facebook or these social media apps really are watching, and they are, which they pretty much are, and profiling me, then they can see exactly who I am and what they're dealing with. I already know what I'm dealing with. You already know what you're dealing with. They can surgically strike this internet anytime they want and shut down masses of it. Russia can do it. And excuse me, I've got a lot of sheet rock dust in my nose. Russia can do it. China can do it. Probably Israel, probably a few others out there can do it at certain levels. But on a global scale, they can manipulate the weather. They can intensify hurricanes. They can hit you with a direct energy beam. And this phone is a location device for where you're at all the time, because it's the most important thing you got. And since I got one, I'm right there too. So I understand. I live in fear of it. No, I would use this communication device with this many ears listening. Hopefully, when I have something important to say, that's why I stay away from the arguing. That's why I stay away from the bickering. That's why I stay away from any of the ideologies that lead to me hating somebody else, where we all need to unite to stand against the people that have made weapons that can knock out cities without knocking out the city, that can take whoever they want off the internet just because they don't like what they say, whether you think it's good or bad. I don't like none of that. I don't like that kind of control. I don't like facial recognition cameras. I don't like none of this infrastructure set up about me and I'm around me. And I'm not doing nothing wrong. It's not that I'm doing nothing wrong. It's that that's not freedom. And a lot of it's for advertising. A lot of it's for control. A lot of it's for them making money. I'm tired of making rich people richer. I'm trying to enrich my brother with true life, showing y'all real life. And a real part of life now is this electrical grid is now a part of conventional warfare around the world. And if your city gets knocked out, it ain't no joke. If transformers blow, and they blow like firecrackers, and they look just fizz out with beautiful colors and bluish and orange colors, that's you've been hit with one of these beams, these direct energy weapons. And I don't know the exact name for them. I just know they got them. They've been talking about them for about the last 30 or 40 years. The Air Force said that they would own the weather by 2020. We're knocking on the door of that. We can pretty much see they're a little ahead of schedule. Nikola Tesla did invent a death ray that was to be given to all the countries in the world, so there would be no more war. You might want to look that up. From that point in time, we have gotten, about 20 years or 30 years after that, we started getting things from science, and then we started getting, when we had the microwave oven, and now you're on the Wi-Fi he invented as well. So know who did what, but more importantly, know what they're doing with it. Because we're beyond trying to figure out who did this and who did that. It's what do we got now and what are they doing with it? We got to think about that. And I say we the people, because it's all of us now. Look at Brazil, where they started practicing with this. Get on YouTube, look up transformers blowing, look up whatever you need to do to twist that last little thought in your mind and untwist that and unlearn everything you know and realize it's a setup and war is now different. And they can take anywhere in the world. America ain't special no more. Matter of fact, we've been sold out to the Chinese. Look at the Marcellus Shale. Look at the fracking. Look at the pipelines. Almost 3 million miles of pipelines, and we only got less than a quarter million miles of interstate highway. And it's crumbling, and the pipelines are brand new. And they all leak. Wow. We see this happening. We see these cities going out. There used to be a time where you could call them conspiracy theorists or laugh at somebody that was telling you something like this. But it's like back in the day when we used to watch Star Trek, and Captain Kirk would say, beam me up, and he'd pull out a little flip up. Well, we had the flip up phone communicator. I'm talking on one now. Everything you've seen is now or thought about or patents that you saw in the online. All these things have been made. They're using them. They use them daily. Sooner or later, it's going to be used against us, y'all. So you need to be prepared for them. You don't need to fear this. You need to pay attention to what's going on. Get a real grip on it that we're in the age of technology. This is They're even trying to find intelligence beyond our own human concept. So pretty soon robots will be making these things. So I ain't so sure the things from the movies and the robots and the Terminator and stuff like that ain't true. So you gotta look at what's really going on around you. But they really did use an EMP in Venezuela, and they really did shut down every social media and really thoroughly went through everybody's stuff. I have stuff moved around. All y'all that got stopped or couldn't post or something, when you went back, go look. There's going to be something different. Somebody either taken off or put on your block list, unfriended. You're in a new group. You're out of an old group. Something, because a bunch of shit changed on mine. It's like somebody went through my house and looked at everything and didn't put it quite back the same it was. A lot of accounts are like that, and a lot of people I know that I talk to on here are missing. And I talked to several of them on the phone, and they said, "Well, I just lost that account. They're going to get another one." I mean, lost the account, not shut down. It just ain't there no more. So they got the capability of doing this. It's not fearing it that's going to change it. It's letting them do whatever they're going to do until we finally realize that only as a collective group of people, we the people turning our back on them, all this is ours anyway. We built it. We made it. We use it. We pay for it. It's ours. We got to quit being manipulated into thinking we're owed something or this is all gifts or something, or these are luxuries. No, we made this, so we can make it like we want. We started this too, and we can finish it. So finishing it begins by paying attention to what's going on. So pay attention. I love y'all. Think about what's going on. Look around you. Realize the future is here, and it always has been. And but we're the change. Peace. I love you. And don't live in fear.